This is the Ivy League astrologer with the Vedic tarot reading for, sorry, I'm playing with my sound, but it gets a little tinny if I turn it up. So I'm here with the Vedic tarot reading for Vedic Aries for January 2015. So this is for Aries. Okay, the first card out is the Star. So it looks like you're feeling humble before some new knowledge or some leading intuition. It seems like something seems like something that's kind of been coming up for a while is coming to a head as far as your intuition goes. So it's something that you've been led to do and led away maybe from what you would normally do. But there's a good purpose behind it. There's something kind of big and beautiful that's coming into your consciousness this month. And that is a result of this path that you have felt intuitively led to follow. Yeah, maybe you've had gut feelings about certain things that are leading you to something bigger. It seems like while you've been maybe making one main endeavor of faith that you've been pouring a lot into, you've been spending a lot of time thinking about maybe matters of faith, or just thinking about how what you do affects other people, kind of the ripple effect of your own beliefs and behaviors. But you've also been kind of pouring out, on the star card, she's pouring two at a time. So it's like there's this kind of larger body of water that you really believe in and that you're faithful to. But then there's this other kind of tributary of things that you're doing that are not helping you in your goals and in your beliefs even, that you're just kind of doing them. It's almost like you're not willing to fully put your faith in whatever it is that you have been coming to have faith in. And so just in case, you're kind of pouring out these other little tributaries. And maybe this month it's time to stop doing that. It's time to just be all in. Because it seems like your faith could kind of move mountains at this time. So, yeah. And it seems like it's also time to stop behaviors that are not serving you. It seems like you've already maybe made a concerted effort to kind of look at that or think through what's healthy for you, but that there's still a few things hanging around that are kind of just clogging up your mental and spiritual space, even your physical space. Our physical bodies are a reflection oftentimes of our mental health. Not saying like what you look like at your baseline, but just how healthy you are keeping yourself, whatever healthy means to you, or whatever healthy looks like on you. But it seems like it's a good time, with all the like New Year's stuff, but it's a good time especially for you to kind of streamline your health routines and your mental health, the way you take care of yourself. It seems like it's a good time to kind of commit to that more fully without doing these little things that take away from it, even as you're, without, serving with one hand and taking away with the other, even if it's just little bits that you're taking and you're serving a great deal more. I would say that behavior is actually going to end some fighting or end maybe some internal strife, or maybe help to resolve things with some friends that you have lost or some people that you've felt distanced from. Somehow taking better care of yourself and having more faith in whatever you believe in is going to help you to heal some of your other relationships as well. Um, Other people may not fully understand why you're doing what you're doing. However, this, all in feeling of being with your faith manifests, they may not fully understand why you're changing. But seems like you need to. You need to be able to kind of take stock of where you are, look at where you want to go, and figure out how to get there. Yeah, and believe in your goodness again too. Kind of have the humility to just look within and see where you align with not just your values, but but spiritual values. Are you doing right by your soul is honestly kind of what's coming up. So, for what that's worth. Yeah, it seems like, you want to be in alignment there. And yeah, it seems like it's not a good time to rush into any new things. It's a good time to kind of sit back and take stock. But yeah. But it also seems like it's a good time to draw a clear line between the past and the present, even while you don't quite know what the future holds. You're feeling it out, you're sensing it, and you need to leave the past behind for whatever reason. Whatever was your higher ground, whatever was your sort of dream, is not relevant anymore, and you need to find a way forward. And you may feel bound. You may feel like you don't have the tools to move forward into the life that you would like to have, or, you may feel like you don't know how to get there, but I think that the act of leaving behind, the act of walling off the past, and it's not a solid wall. It's not like you don't, it's not like you're repressing it. It's that you're getting over it. Like, you need to just leave it behind and let it go so you can see what is new, so that you can see the path forward, which I think will start to appear. Yeah. Quickly, I think. Yeah, again, this card is also, I think, about, like, not crying over spilt milk, not wishing to go back to, you may be feeling a little nostalgic, like if you could just go back to a simpler time, to, a time when somebody else was taking care of you in a way, then it would be easier. But, maybe you need to just like go all the way into that feeling for a little while. Maybe you need to allow yourself to indulge that feeling for a little while of just feeling like things are hard, I'm weary, I don't want to be here all alone, But yeah, actually it's funny. It almost seems like if you just let yourself go into that black space, that like darkness, that dark night of the soul kind of moment, that is actually going to be healing for you. Because maybe you've been holding it off for too long. Maybe instead of just, maybe in order to accept your current state, or in order to just stop feeling so tense about it, like you're just trying to hold on to a lot of things internally, maybe you just need to give in to just feeling despair for a little while. So that's weird advice. Just feel despair. But like, maybe you need to just go all the way inside of it to really feel that pain in order to be able to release it, to wash it clean, and to let it go. It looks like that would be healing. To really look at it, to go in there, and then to be done with it. It's like you don't have to go back there. You don't have to revisit it. Whatever that old situation is not happening anymore. It's not currently hurting you. It can't come back and get you, But you have to look at how it made you feel so that you can be cleansed of it, is how I feel about that. So yeah, so you can let this go. It was really, whatever really painful thing has been hanging around, it's time to let it go. And out of that is going to come some new possibilities that may not all reveal themselves this month. But yeah, it's a direct correlation. It's like out of this old thing comes a new thing. And you don't quite know what the new thing holds, but it's exciting at least. It's, you know, movement and possibility. So that's good. And it looks like this new thing is not going to have such a firm grip on your emotions, on your life. It's not going to be so controlling as maybe whatever your old situation is or was. It seems like there's more room for equality and for an equal sharing than, maybe one person kind of ruling the roost or whatever. Yeah, it's a gift, honestly. It's a gift that is ready to come in for you this month. It's just the start of something. That's really good. New life from old. I'm getting a lot of new life from old. So yeah, it may be a month to just kind of, spread the ashes of the old in order to nourish the new. Stop ignoring your pain. Get in there, clean it out, and then you can move on and feel more whole in yourself. Feel like you have something to offer as well. So yeah, and you may not feel that way immediately. You may feel more of this kind of sadness, or just feel just weary from all your responsibilities, or just from all the stuff you have to do. It feels like you're just kind of trudging through things, and you're trying to figure out how to just catch up with your life, catch up with yourself, and at times it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. But there is hope. There's a lot of hope for you. Yeah, you may still need to go back and uncover some secrets from this old situation. There may be things that you have suspected but never fully knew, and it may be time to hear those things, to hear what has really happened in what I feel is an old situation. You may feel a little caught out when you actually hear these things, even if you suspected them. But it allows you to feel like you have the whole story, and like justice can be served, like you feel more clear-eyed about what really happened. Yeah, and that makes you feel really happy. Like, just really happy. I think to be free of it, but also just to be like, it's like you get reborn or something, you get to be yourself again. And joyous. You're just joyous, I feel like, by the end of the month. So that's really good. And more than that, just it feels like you have a little more to give. There's more wind in your sails, and you feel more just expansive, I think. So that's really hopeful and nice. And maybe while you're feeling that, somebody else is kind of coming at you with a completely different story, or something else catches you by surprise. That's always funny when you hear that in tarot readings and stuff. It's like, it's a surprise. And you're like, well, I'm hearing about it now, so it's less of a surprise. But in my own experience, it usually does manage to be a surprise. However that manages to work out. Yeah, there may be something coming in for you that is coming on a different time than the time that you've been living in, or just is coming in, yeah. It's almost like it's either someone you don't know, or someone you've been out of contact with, someone whose schedule you're not synced up with, because it seems like this is kind of coming out of, not out of nowhere exactly, but coming in quickly and kind of jarring with your own state or the state of your own emotions. I don't think it has to be a negative thing. It just may be surprising. Like someone has suddenly taken great strides after a long time. They may not be as sure of what they're doing as they seem. They may be, frankly, terrified of what they're doing, but they seem to feel the need to do it anyway. So that's interesting. There's possibly something about fertility there, or maybe it's just a romance or something. But I'm seeing I'm getting kind of like a birds and the bees feeling from this also. So maybe that's about chemistry, or maybe it's about new growth somehow. Yeah, sorry, I hate to be like quite so ruminative. It always does take me a while to just kind of get all the images from the card. So I'm always going to be a little ruminative, but I feel bad if I'm just like sitting here for, 35, 45 seconds just staring at the card. But that is how I read. But yeah, so this kind of Knight of Swords at the end of the month, I'm not entirely sure, but I think the main thing is that it's somebody who is coming from a different place from your normal routine. Like somebody else is coming in quickly with a different vibe, not so much a different story, it's just a different vibe from what you're used to. So that's interesting. Let me know in the comments how that works out, if that works out for you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And happy January, happy 2015. And I will see you in February. Thank you. Bye.